So this is an interview for my American Dreaming class. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about the way that you raise your children. If you're not comfortable with answering any of these, you can just tell me. You don't have to. We've done this before. Do you remember?
Yes, I remember.
Okay.
I look prettier than today, but I remember.
Okay. Okay. How overall, oh, and I'm focusing more of when your kids were around the age of fourth grade. So can you just base your answers around that age?
Okay.
How would you describe their childhood?
It was very difficult. It was a lot of happiness, a lot of, time that struggling because at that time I was divorced and getting divorced, and I didn't receive child support, any financial support, and I had to work like 3 jobs and 7 days a week to pay all my duties and my bills.
Would you say that there was a clear line between adult and child with your kids?
Yes, definitely. Because I come from a generation of people that, we learn how to respect adults, and we learned that I had to quiet when my mom talked and all that rules. So I passed it to them. Like they know very clear that I was the one who set the rules of the house. And they voice, they try. It's not that I'm they never try. They do try, but I think that when we set the limits are very clear in a house, and any type or any kind of relationship in life, if you set the limits and everybody in the house know the limits, then things run, in a better way.
So if you wanted them to do something, how would you address them to do them?
Depending on the situation, we just talk. We have very good communication. Like if it's something that I can say that I'm proud about, is that I can talk to them about anything. Like there's no any kind of topic that we now talk about.
So would you say there was any yelling while they were growing up from your part and from their part as well?
Of course there was. Yes.
Did
Because how can you raise 3 boys and not have lost their control once in a while? Of course it was. It was, but I learned in the process. I was attending school that yelling doesn't help necessarily. Like when you yell, it's because you are losing the control of the situation. When you have control in life of any type of situation, then you don't have to yell. You just set your point in a clear way. But though, sometimes I was tired coming 11 o'clock at night and coming all the dishes of the kitchen. Of course I was get mad. I think it's part of, of the deal.
what were their consequences for breaking the rules in your house?
It was depending of who break the rule and what rules they break. That if something that I teach my boys was if I promise anything is because I was sure that I could be able to accomplish. Like I never promise anything that I wasn't sure that I wanted to accomplish. So as I say, if you do something, there will not be, let's say, television or with no movies this weekend, or we're not going to the park that promised. Then if they break it, that's what happened.
Okay. Did you ever physically punish them?
Yes, sometimes Louis got off my nerve because he was very difficult child. Louis was the youngest one, and he was really difficult. And there has a time that I had to, sit him and darle su nalga.
Were you involved in what they did on a daily basis, or did you just let them, wander off and kind of organize your own activities?
No, I was, I try to know everything that happened in my house. Yes. Not controlling, like they don't have the freedom to do things. I just want to know what happened. If they're doing a project in a school or, things like that. If they bring things that are belong to them, of course, I was like, yes. I try. It was. They need to know that the house, that we had to respect the house.
So would you say that you were the kind of parent that had them involved in a lot of activities and clubs and organized groups, or?
Well, in the school, yes. I'm not going to say that I have them in places that I had to up and down and travel. No. No, New York. When we living in Florida for a few months, yes. But New York, it was very hard for me. I was working. I had to go to school. I was working like 7 days a week. I tried them to be part of whatever activity in the school because it was like one place that I was fine that they were there, like after school and all that. But after that, I couldn't. It was just too much for me.
Did you allow your children to express their not not agreeing with some of the things that you told them to do, or was it just no, do
Yes.
this?
No, they had all the right to express. That's what exactly parenting is about. It's not about what I think was right. Because, people have different personalities. And I have 3 boys, and the 3 of them are completely 100% different. Like, they don't even look like their family. They came from the same father and mother. So, of course, if I want him or them to listen to me, I had to allow them to talk, and I listened to them. One time, what I did with Louis, because Louis was kind of difficult, I asked him to have a survey in school. And I want you to ask, I don't know how many of his friends. I think it was like 10, 15 friends. Ask your friends, which of them have a mother that want to talk to them? And make like a tally and tell me, and I did like a questionnaire, like 5 questions. He did. And when he came, he was crying. He goes, my God, I didn't know that I was so lucky that I have my mom that really talked to me about all these things.
How close did you make sure your kids were with your family? Did they see them very often? Did they interact with them?
Yes. Well, I don't have, I really don't have a lot of family here in New York. Like, I don't think I have anybody. But from their father's side, yes. Now, if my family, they were in Dominican Republic, what I did, I was sure that they learned how to speak English and Spanish, read and write, and talk. So anytime we travel, I never have problem with them like interacting and talking and playing with the families because they're 100% bilingual. Like they can read and write in English and talk Spanish perfectly. Like that, I was sure. I was sure that I emphasized that all the time.
Is there anything that you would like to add?
Well, I think like parenting is a very difficult responsibility for anybody. And you're young people, you should think twice before starting a family if you're not really ready. Because it's a lot of responsibility when you have a baby. Whatever you do, the way you behave, everything that you do will affect a child. And in a positive way or a negative way, depending on what you do with a child. And no parent is perfect. We try the best. But I think set rules in home is what makes the difference. And I believe that all of you that are in that high school is because you have parents that have set rules. So I think that's a good thing to have rules.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Thank you for your
welcome.
time again.
You're welcome.